Okay, hi guys, and welcome to this. This is going to be a sort of weird review in terms of how to quantify these, because these are an insanely good headphone. I got a graph when I got these headphones. I think it was a personalized graph. Like, I think each headphone is getting its own graphing done. And I looked at the graph and I was looking at that treble. And the treble is definitely something that we're going to have to discuss in this, but the headphones themselves, like when you listen to them, there is a little bit of treble bump going on there, but it's not painful or anything to me. It's very nice. Anyway, I'll get on with that in a little bit. What I will do right now is we'll talk about the headphones themselves, and the big elephant in the room here is going to be the price. So these are the Timsok TS-1024. They're a planar magnetic headphone with all metal build construction, leather, and so on. It's got a fantastic quality cable, what seems to be fantastic quality in the build, nice box, nice accessories, great ear pads, really like the ear pads, comfortable, reasonably lightweight for what they are, and really fantastic sound. However, the price is $2,000, and for a company that nobody knows anything about, $2,000 is, I'm going to say it's a bit of a stretch for something like this. There you're going up directly against my focals, you're going against, you're beyond my Sennheiser HD 820S, you're up there with, I don't have my Odys over here anymore, they're back in the UK, but they're going up against the Odys, and while they are fantastic sounding, I don't think they're $2,000 fantastic sounding, and I think that's the conclusion that most people are going to draw from this. I'm not going to say where price range. I know people are going to have issues with sort of looking at the graphs on this, but looking at the graph and then actually listening to it, it was completely not what I expected. I mean, these are the number one listened to headphone that I've had for the past 2 weeks. These are insanely good. So let's go over the build quality and stuff, and I guess I'll go and grab the box because that's quite an experience in itself. So this is the box. I'm going to have to zoom out quite a bit. It comes in this cardboard sleeve, which is fine, recyclable. And let's bring the camera all the way up. So this is the box. It is, I don't even know if this is real leather. It feels kind of plasticky. Timsok logo there. I'm going to say this is plastic. It doesn't feel like leather. This part, the flap, definitely feels more like leather. And it's such a big box, it's hard to get in the frame here. Yeah, the flap for where you open it, it's got nice hardware. That feels more like leather. It's just a big old presentation box, and you get the headphones in there, and you get this little USB stick. So it's very over the top. To me, I don't really care about that sort of stuff. I would rather have the box that comes with the gold planners, the big Pelican case. But it is what it is, and let's go into the actual headphones themselves. So this is an octal braid. You can see this is an octal braid, but it's sheathed behind this plastic film, and it makes it really quite nice, although it is slightly memory retentive. You go up to the splitter point here. The splitter's all metal, which is good, and then you get quad braids sheathed as well there. It comes standard in a balanced connector, which is something I like rather than going straight to a stereo connector. but it does come with balanced XLRs 2.5, and it comes with a headphone jack as well, like the 1/4" standard. So that's really good, and goes into a very nice connection system there. Super simple dual entry, which is of course my preference, so I don't have an unbalanced cable or a cable imbalance going on. The construction is fantastic. It is an all metal body with this beautiful grille design. I think they're a very, very good looking set of headphones, very well made, no creaks, nothing. Just super premium, nice finish on it. Really love this colour, and I think it matches well with the brown. The headband is leather headband at the top. This of course does not come in contact with your head, instead this leather pad does. And unlike a lot of other headphones, this isn't spring loaded. This is actually, you need to adjust, which can be a little bit finicky at first, but it does hold very well, so it doesn't slide away on its own. So once you set it, you're going to be good. But if you hand it off to somebody else, you're going to have to, do this process, rather than a lot of other headphones which have this mounted to an elastic, which self-adjusts the pressure point for you. Yeah, just really, really nice. It doesn't articulate all the way, although the cups rotate almost 180 degrees out the way. So, if we're talking about the ear cups themselves, or the pads, these are fantastic. These are definitely leather, I think. Well, you never know anymore. To me, it feels like real genuine leather, and it's got a fantastic sort of rectangular shaped output there. And my ears fit inside this, no problem. If you've got extremely large ears, you might struggle, but for me, it doesn't fold my ears, doesn't sit on my ears or anything. It gives me plenty of space, and the padding is fantastic. This memory foam that they're using inside it, really top drawer stuff. It's raised, you can see it's raised further towards the back than it is at the front. And that allows it to sit on larger heads a little bit better and get a better, tighter seal. So yeah, top marks for the ear pads. They are Velcro, which is, you can see the big 103mm driver in there. But yeah, they are Velcro, so it makes it just super simple. Just change your pads out. I like that. These are a $2,000 set of headphones, and they're built like they're going to last forever. But the thing that I would have to say is, how long are the pads going to be supported? So I would look into some other pad options if you're going to buy these long term. Being Velcro, that's not very common. So, I would hope that Timsok are around for a long time, but this is their first headphone, and it's an expensive headphone, and they're not going to sell a lot of these units. So how many of these pads are going to be available in the long term? In terms of sound, the sound is absolutely unbelievable. It is immensely open, airy sounding, gigantic sound stage. It's just beautiful. That treble extension that I mentioned from the graphing, it shows that it's going to be kind of hot, but what it does in reality is it's definitely prominent, but opens up the whole soundstage even more than the characteristics of it being a planar and an open back and having massive detail retrieval. The detail retrieval is absolutely insane. It's way more than the gold planars I have, the GL2000. I mean, if you're comparing those directly, these are far superior. In terms of like my D's LCD2, I can't do a comparison right now. I'm getting them shipped over, but with COVID I've been locked out, so I can't get them. I have my Focal Utopia, which again are double the price. Detail retrieval wise, I would say it's very similar. These are not lacking in detail retrieval at all, and what these do really well for an open back is bass. The sub bass response is excellent, along with the textures and the clarity and the details in the bass. It's a very rich listening experience. It's not thin. It carries weight with it. It carries impact, and it really gets you engaged in the music with that combination of outstanding detail retrieval paired with impactful bass, and then a really bright treble. Now, I'm a fan of treble. I like treble forward headphones, and I like treble headphones with good bass impact. I think that's a great combination for something like EDM, stuff like that, where you have this insane peaky highs building to the big bass crash, stuff like that. It sounds absolutely amazing. Upper range string instruments, or upper range like piccolo and stuff like that in classical music, it does tend to get a little on the hot side. It's not quite sibilance, but it's very bright. It's something that the Chinese market will do very well. This is something that I found when I lived in Japan, was that the headphone tuning was naturally towards the treble sensitive, just because of the sort of K-pop and K-rock like traditionally had higher highs, and you found that they were a little bit light on the bass, which was why I really liked one aspect, but I didn't get that bass slam on the other side. This does fantastically well with vocals. The gravity and the weight in the male vocals is outstanding. The micro details when people are doing vocals, and you can hear like the pursing of lips, that sort of thing, or like the breathing onto the microphone, things like that really stand out and make for an intimate listening experience. Let's see, the female vocals, again, fantastic. The treble, I thought, like when I was listening to something like Diana Krall, would have been like a little bit too much. It's not really, if you're going to go and listen to some insane Mariah Carey stuff, which I don't know why you would be doing that. Yeah, that's going to be like too much for these, and they're not very responsive to EQing in that sense, like bringing it off that edge with the EQ. I feel like it adds too much sort of distortion and stuff to the overall sound. Going back to the detail retrieval, again, things like Ludovico Einaudi, listening to his live performances with the piano, where you can pick up little things like the depression of the foot pedal, when he's muting the strings on the piano, you can really hear that. You can hear Rodrigo and Gabriela. You can hear the actual slides on the guitar when they're changing chords and actually sliding down. You don't just hear the strumming, you hear the actual slides, you hear the impact of the fingers going onto the fretboard. It's just a really, really, really detailed headphone. In terms of pricing, I'm saying it's not $2,000. There's just no way a startup company, that box would need to be way more premium. And the headphones themselves, I've got no problem with the build quality being in the 2000 range, although really companies like Focal and Sennheiser are now getting away from this traditional headphone design, the sort of nerdy old school headphone design. So they're really bringing sort of new materials and carbon and those sort of things into the audio world, which is going to be a personal preference. I mean, this is old school styling for traditionalists. I think they're a very handsome looking headphone. They look great in my apartment. I've got them hanging up next to my listening chair, and yeah, for me, they're a great looking set of headphone, but I know some people are going to want a more modern design on it. In terms of build quality, this is last your life build quality. The only question is, can you get more of these earpads or stock up on them? And then in terms of performance I think it's up there with headphones in excess of $1,000. There's going to be outliers under $1,000 that can compete with them. There's pricing performance is very a stupid metric nowadays. Because you find stuff that's like $500 that competes with $1,000 stuff. You find stuff from big companies that are $3,000-$4,000 that just sound like $1,000 stuff. So it's hard to say with the price on this. I would need to do a lot of comparative testing, and I would say that anybody that is going to either hype or bash these would need to be doing some serious A/B testing with other headphones, direct comparison. I think that they're amazing sounding, but I don't think they're worth $2,000 as an overall package, and that's just me. But as a debut headphone, yeah, this is kind of special. I just can't go over that $2,000, and I don't think a lot of people are going to get over the $2,000 for it. But yeah, that's it. Fantastic listening experience, fantastic build quality, overpriced, but an excellent headphone nonetheless, and something that I hope we see more of Timsok in the future, because yeah, they've shown that they're capable of producing something like this. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.